Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to our Subscriber Game Tournament Season 2 as we continue with our Round 2 matchup in Group 3 between Vermilion Bird in the green and Will Be Deed in the red. And this is their second siege battle as they have swapped sides, with Vermilion Bird fighting for his tournament life here on defense and Will Be Deed switching to attack. And taking a look at the draft, we have Huang Fusong, Guo Jia, and Huang Gai making an appearance on defense. We have the typical unit, the Defender of Empire, Unbreakable Spear Guard for defense, very powerful, 2 Imperial Sword Guard, 3 Crossbow unit, and 2 Tiger Guard, which will help the generals fight better with their guard passive, 25% damage resistance, and I believe they also have Turtle Formation, which can shield them from enemy range. Then taking a look at the attacking side, we have Will Be Deed bringing Cao Cao, Zhang Jiao, and Wu Tugu. So Zhang Jiao is an interesting choice because you get away with getting a trebuchet on a yellow turban rather than recruiting a strategist for it. It will have less ammo, but if your goal is to just threaten with range or maybe punch a hole in the wall, it's still a very good tool for that. It's been leveled up to rank 5, and of course Zhang Jiao has his suicidal invulnerability boost for his nearby unit should he die in battle. And if he's trying to charge him into the 4 towers on the bridge in a suicidal attempt to take the center, maybe Zhang Jiao will be really good for that. It'll be interesting to see if that can be pulled off in this attack. And of course we have Qingzhou unit on Cao Cao, 2 crossbowmen to complement them. We have 2 Messenger of Heaven, which is a double-size melee cav. Melee cav all have the 50% resistance to range, even though this version here doesn't have a shield, so they don't have as high of range block chance, but still quite useful. And 2 Huanglao Paragons, which are very high damaging infantry unit that are half size. Finally, we have a couple of Nandrong champions, good axe unit to clear out shielded defense, which is plenty on Vermilion Bird's side, together with 1 Follow the Flame, which will give the same flaming mace debuff that you have seen on Lady Zhurong, which is 50% melee evasion and a bit of burn damage as well. Pretty interesting choices of generals. In terms of general ability, it's a little bit lacking, because the only damage ability that's present is the off guard ability on Wu Tugu. It does have a very short cooldown. I believe off guard's only 30 seconds, and it inflicts a splash damage, I think 7.5k on this unit size, which is quite a lot. And with Cao Cao on the team, you have the shortened cooldown ability as well, so you could spam it more often. But in terms of general killing power, Zhang Jiao doesn't really fight well. He only has a base damage staff, which doesn't hurt, and he can get killed quite easily. But of course the goal perhaps is to get him killed so you can give nearby unit that invincibility 1 minute buff, which is quite powerful. So let's hop into the deployment and see how this battle actually plays out. And looking at the deployment here, we have assault on this side of the wall again with no bastion, so the effectiveness of the bastion siege weapons reduced to 0. We can see that also attacking on this side rather than this side limits where the general can exit. As you can see, they have to hover around this gatehouse to kind of travel farther along to do any damage to the units. But majority of the actual infantry are defending the center square. I believe Vermilion Bird's probably scared of getting hit by trebuchets if he stay in the town square, the Victory Point Plaza, so he's backed off a bit to defend here. There's perhaps a bit too many barricades for my taste. If you look at the routes, if none of them get lit on fire, the attacking side does have to route around here, which is rather annoying since this tower has interior coverage. It's very sneaky with the way the walls are set up. But these can be burned down quite easily by the attacker. If you're the defender, you can't really burn down your own barricades, so they will limit your movement in terms of where the generals can run back as well. So perhaps the best thing for these two when they are retreating is just keep running around the outside and enter at this gate, because it's going to be very painful for anyone trying to chase through all these towers. So we'll see how that plays out. Of course, Huang Gai has his firebomb ability, which is really hard to use. It has a splash damage, so if it lands perfectly on top of a stack of infantry, you will burn and kill all those infantry, but most of the time they spread out too much, the enemies are moving, and you often just kind of miss these grenade-like throws, but you still have Flame of the Phoenix. So I think Huang Gai is a pretty decent general to clear infantry. Problem being not unbreakable with low morale does hurt him a little bit, but we'll see how things play out. Of course, we also have Hail of Arrows, as we have a pretty standard setup here by Will Be Deed with his units. He has total formation on the Nanzhong champion to advance against the towers. I guess the trebuchet will be breaking walls here. I don't think there's anyone in his siege tower. He's not planning to use it. That's the only other way he can clear this area. The downside of going for this side rather than this side is the interior tower overlap by this little bump right here and this little bump right here. Where you don't have this problem on this side because it's very straight. You don't have to worry about it until you get to like this little corner here and this little corner here. Alright, let's see how things play out. Still 16 shot on the trebuchet. It's not, 20 on a strategist, but it's still decent. He's going for the towers with them. Okay. I mean, it's because he didn't bring any fire arrows. He went with crossbow units, no archers, because he has no strategists, which is the downside, of course. Alright, they're grabbing aggro. I wonder if the firebomb could just annihilate one of these Nanzhong champions. With the way it's being tossed out, I think hitting it from the side would probably still be better. We'll see if that works out. The general's coming to respond. Wang Fusong is throwing a few arrows. As you can see, it's hard for them to run away. Cao Cao is very fast and Huang Gai is very slow. So I wonder if he's just going to get chunked for free here. The tower is doing their best, but when the generals are moving, it's not going to be the greatest accuracies. Oh, we have a pretty good hit. Cao Cao got chunked a little bit. And the cavalries are in, but of course if you run around the side, the cavalry will take some damage. As we mentioned before, there is that lovely 50% missile resistance, a little bit of range block chance. But yeah, by using the trebuchet as your only source of tower killing, it is going to be rather limiting. The gate's having time. The gate doesn't want to let, the enemies get in. There is actually a gate bug where they can maybe just follow in. But this is definitely a difficult situation, and they have escaped. And the bug didn't really happen, so they can't get in. So, getting close here. Huang Gai lost 2k. Wang Fusong lost 13k. 7k health off Cao Cao. 1k off Wu Tugu. And I think that's 6k off Zhang Jiao. I think he starts at 40. I'm not sure about that. He's not one of those generals you see very often. Alright, they're pulling back. Trebuchets took a piece of the wall down. I guess he's going to ignore towers and just let them hold aggro and basically march his unit through the gap. Or not. He's conserving ammo. He spent 7 ammo to kill 1 tower and 1 piece of the wall. It's a very expensive use of trebuchets. Well, he should keep at least 1 turtle out if he wants the rest of the army to get in. We're going to speed this part up. It's going to be a lot of maneuvering units, or I expect it to be a lot of maneuvering units. Are they trying to shield themselves in this little plaza to throw maybe the firebomb through the building? I don't think that's a good idea. It's an arc. I'm pretty sure it's going to hit the building before it hits a unit. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Did it hit him? No, it didn't hit him, but we did get a little bit of fire damage on the building. It's an arc grenade shot. It's going to hit the building. Now it's on cooldown, so he's going to have to wait. That's a good idea, though. Alright, are the rest of the army interested in joining them? Oh, he's worried about the tower switching aggro? That's not going to happen, actually. But I guess capturing it doesn't hurt. I mean, you can't stay in turtle when you're on the wall, so you're going to get shot here. That is a small price to pay. I'm very curious to see what a firebomb would do to a unit like this. They need to capture this tower. That's the key one. So maybe that's what this unit is doing. We're going to speed it up because it seems like Wilby is going to do some tower sweeps here just to clean all of them out before advancing. The units are trying to respawn, but we'll see if that's going to be a decent regroup because all these barricades are going to kind of limit where they can move. Yeah, this tower is going to be very annoying. If they don't capture this, it's going to be a lot of free damage. But the units are coming in. There is this wall that is helping them. You can see that tower can't really see a lot of the units here. So they're not actively shooting anything yet. I'm not sure about the idea of putting all these units here on one side. Easily, one of the ram and one of the turtle unit can also assault this at the same time. You put a lot more pressure on the defense by splitting. Their generals can only be really in one place at one time. If they split any of the general over to help, your generals can overpower whatever's left. But yeah, we have this sort of deployment phase. The trebuchet are in, so there is the threat of trebuchets pounding your units. Maybe the trebuchet can take out this tower. This is a super annoying thing that they can't really do much about at this point. We're in the staring contest of slow trebuchet moving. They're just trying to get everything organized. We'll see if Huang Gai comes in to throw a bomb. I think he can. Just, you know, step right here, throw it, see what happens. Oh, he's going to try to clear it. I think fire shots will be better. Ooh, got ourselves some lovely hail of arrows down the line. Yeah, I mean, if you're in regular shot, it's going to take more than one hit to take it out. If you're in fire arrow or fire flaming shot, you can actually burn it down with one hit. I don't know why the Nanzhong champions don't just climb walls and capture this, because what are the generals going to do? Follow you? The units are no, you know, you don't have to be scared of Defender of Empire. Like maybe Huang Gai with Flame of Phoenix is the only thing you're really scared of, but he would have to dismount to make that happen. And then you can just kind of swarm onto the wall and maybe try to kill him. Pound for pound, Nanzhong champion with a giant axe on this narrow little wall is going to do a lot better than Defender of Empire. So I feel like the trebuchet is being poorly utilized right here. And to be honest, because of the way the walls are angled, this is not actually shooting at them, so it's fine. We don't really have to waste shots on them. Hit them. I would aim for the crossbow. If you eliminate their range... Oh, he's still going for this tower. I think this is just absolutely a waste. It's not actually hitting anything right now. So even though the range indicator's, you know, showing that you can hit inside, it doesn't, like, it's having trouble finding a line of sight. And this is just, yeah, I think they wasted like 3-4 shots already. 3 shots? Yeah. It came in with 9 ammo, I think. And now we're down to 6. And we're down to 5. Hey, we got a hit. It's burning. It's gonna go down. So let's see what happens after this now. It's going for the turtle formation. I don't think that's really worth it. They're not quality infantry. The quality ones are these and these. And if you get a little bit of fire damage on the town, you might as well aim for this and just burn this area down. Get some settlement damage going for you. They're unbreakable. Killing like even half of them doesn't really change the fact they can stand here and block your units. If you burn the fire and let it link to the barricade, you open up new path to sneak around. There we go. He's getting the idea now. But I would just hit these and let the fire spread by itself instead of wasting a shot actually at the barricade. And you can also try to kill some of the crossbow, which is going to be the main threat here on this little plaza area. I mean, Imperial Sword Guard is the most premium one, but that only got you about 2 kills. You're going to have to use Off Guard to try to push that one off. I would honestly go for one shot here. Maybe open up some angles for the Messenger Heaven to do some stuff, but it's difficult because he didn't bring any fire archers or any other tools to destroy these buildings. It's just going to be hard. I don't even think Messenger Heaven have Raider ability. They don't. They're quite disciplined. So no one's even gonna like actively burn the town down, which is sad. Now the ammo's gone. He's gonna have to rush this. And I just don't see good things with these crossbows in play. Maybe he'll just try to match Crotch, but he only has 2 crossbows, so like matching this doesn't do much. The cavalry could try to tank some. It's not the best. I wouldn't turn them around. I'd rather the cavalry take the hits than the generals. What's the cavalry going to do against the rest of this matchup? Nothing. The general is actually useful. This hurts. This is not no damage. Yeah, this was never burned down. This is burned down though, so maybe they can go for like an off-guard smash over there. These 3 crossbows are pinning the rest of the unit down, right? They can't really advance. They can't use their advantage. I think he should try to open up another path. Even backing... Oh, firebomb. How many did we burn? Oh, look at the burn damage. Look at the burn damage. I mean, it's also a Nama unit, so not surprised, but... Oh, that's toasty. Backing off. It's like, no, my friend just died in a really horrific manner. We're backing off. He only has 3 uses, I believe. So, there's only 1 left. If one of the shots were actually aimed over here to burn this down, the Axe unit and Turtle could advance over here and try to fight these off under the towers. Although once you do get into combat, you can't maintain Turtle. I would advise just opening up more angles for attack. Now you're just like stalling into a position that's really difficult. Huanglao Paragons here getting shredded by the crossbow units. And the crossbows are being saved for nothing. They should be trading fire. There's nothing for these crossbows to hit. If you think about it, right? You have Defender of Empire, you have Imperial Sword Guard. There's no other target except for the crossbow, so they should just be used to trade fire right now. And whatever you can trade back, your infantry is going to have a lot easier time after that. Now we have a mass dismount. I'm sure no one's going to be targeting Zhang Jiao. Cao Cao's getting targeted first. Cao Cao's dead. Now Wu Tugu, see if he can kill off both. Wu Fuzong's trying to run away. Guo Jia is even coming in. But it looks like Wu Tugu is getting focused down. I mean, if you're trying to play a Zhang Jiao strategy, I would just dismount only Zhang Jiao and have him come fight, and the other 2 generals will just sit in the back. And basically, we're waiting for Zhang Jiao to get killed, and then you have 1 minute to kind of join in the fight to get invincibility. I think this is like a poor use of Zhang Jiao. You're giving the opponent like options. Okay, Zhang Jiao's given only these 3 units invincibility. Too few, in my opinion. I think the crossbow is being saved for nothing. Let's say they run out of ammo. Who are they going to shoot at that point? Nothing. Cavalry charging into a formationed Imperial Sword Guard? Yeah, that's not going to work. Look at that charge resistance. And the charge negation, because they're recruited on Sentinel. That's just not happening. Yeah, these cannot get injured for the next minute. That's Zhang Jiao's little bonus. which makes them definitely very powerful, but they're still fighting unbreakable units. Crossbow on crossbow crime. Oh, Honggai's back. Maybe we can see another fireball. Wouldn't throw it now. They have another 6 seconds left. Maybe throw it over here. Also flame the Phoenix. Throw it, throw it, throw it. Nope. Backing off. Is he remounting? That's a good idea. Throw it. Maybe he doesn't have another one. I think so. I only remember seeing 2. I mean, I don't know what he's waiting for. This is a good pile-up. The Imperial units are going to be fine over there, even with the cavalry running around. He stuffed 1 unit on the bridge to just kind of prevent them from charging in to capture the point. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got the firebomb. Not as impressive as the massive, turtled up Naman unit getting burned, but still a decent morale shock from the firebomb. Of course, Qingzhou units, when they get hit by morale issues, they just become misplaced devotion. Nothing you can really do about that, but let them fight on. I think the crossbow can actually, they're just going to pick off all these units on the side. They're trying to hack this barricade. Cavalry not really having a target, which is why I think the cavalry and the crossbow should have just traded fire with the enemy crossbow. That was the best trade they could find for the rest of the map, and then their infantry might be able to do more. Oh, getting shot from behind as they try to clear the barricade. They're just trying to force their way through. Yeah, it's possible. You lose some and you get the rest over. And you have to put yourself at the far end here. Get out of these tower range because they hurt. Alright, we're going for the capture. At least we're trying something. Now the infantry can just, switch formation and come fight you. They need to be deeper. What are they doing? They need to be here. Yep, they have broken. They're pretty injured. I think Huangga can just come here and just do a Flame of the Phoenix. He's out of fire bombs, but I think they're just chasing the routed unit, so the Qingzhou unit never bounces back. Probably a good idea. The capture rate's slow. He's trying to stall the other unit. It's not going to happen. These towers are shredding them, and these Defender Empire will come back. And, oh, we got to surrender. Okay, yeah. So I think tunneling on one side, bringing no archers, I think is a huge mistake. I think it's just because his comp. He can't really bring archers, I think, with this comp. But in that scenario, the initial entry was fine. Wasting about 3-4 shots on this was so wasteful. I think the Nanzhong units could have just gone and tried to capture it. Before those crossbow, sat here, there was a lot of waiting time when they were being shifted over. And once they are shifted over, you could easily respond by, sending another one of your Nanzhong champions over to turtle up over here. Send whatever you want on a ram to burst through the gate and just set up another offense on this side. You have to force them to respond to you. The cavalry can then make the flanking maneuver across rather than, trying to tunnel down this side. It's just a lot more difficult. The shots could have been better utilized to open up this barricade a lot earlier. Basically, you're trying to open up more avenues of attack than funneling into this platform where the enemy crossbow is just absolutely shredding you. And then definitely a misplay on the generals. When you bring Zhang Jiao, you have to offer only Zhang Jiao as an option in the fight, right? You can't have all 3 dismounted there. No one's going to be foolish enough to target Zhang Jiao first. So you throw Zhang Jiao in there with the 2 generals still mounted behind, and you just basically ask them, do you want to give my generals 1 minute of invincibility? And most of the time that answer is no. So they're probably going to have to ignore your Zhang Jiao and let your Zhang Jiao just fight the units and get some kills. that's probably a better option than sending all 3 in and Zhang Jiao being the only one left. I just think it's just a little bit of a bad scenario. I like the final attempt here, just giving another shot, but obviously going through these 4 towers, once again, no fire arrow, big problem, was going to be a struggle. And we have a 1-1 tie, so both will be D'd, and Vermilion Bird will be joining me in round 3 for a time trial to see if they can make the top 8. Now let's take a look at the actual casualty numbers. Yeah, so Huangai's firebombs scored him quite a few kills. That entire unit of the Nanzhong champion getting burned to a crisp with 1 firebomb. It's a little accident with the building. I think he could have probably killed another whole stack, punishing basically turtle units, especially if you're going to use the Nanman turtle unit, whether it's the Javelin Spear Guard or the Nanzhong champion here. I think Huangai is going to be a very good answer for both of that. Tiger Guards were okay. I'm not a huge fan of them. I think they're a little bit too expensive for what they do, but obviously if you can get a guard passive on your unit in a siege map like this, perhaps Tiger Guard is the better value compared to the Handmade Guard, so I don't hate it. Different situation require different things. Crossbow, absolute massive value on each of these. To be able to get over 100 kill on a large unit size battle like this, tremendous value. I believe, Huang Fu's only got 1 hail of arrow off, and these units are just there to hold, to make sure no one can really get to them. Aside from holding turtle, they weren't able to do much because they kind of required them to hold turtle for all the towers. And then aside from 1 unit that kind of got into a fight, I mean, these 2 came towards the setup. 1 got burned, 1 ran back and then ran back again and joined the fight. These 2 went to go try to hack open a barricade. Takes a long time and didn't really work out for them. Everyone else had to run through the crossbow. So everyone else took a decent chunk. Qingzhou unit still did really well. I don't know what the crossbow were being saved for. Aside from the enemy crossbow, there was no target they could actually hit, right? Turtle, 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 2 shield walls. So let's say you win the fight, you save their ammo. Who are you going to hit after that point? So the best use they had in this case was to just trade with the enemy crossbow, just to limit what they can do to the rest of your army. And since that didn't happen, we have Vermilion Bird coming out ahead on defense, tying the series up, and pushing both players into round 3. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!